to another video coming at you from Redskins Rant. How's it going? Hail to the Redskins. We got some big news today. I'm going to get this playing while I talk. So today, this man, Dwayne Haskins, was named QB number 1, starting quarterback going into week 1. And honestly, I'm not super surprised. I kind of saw it coming. Whenever it came down to, I'm not surprised at all. I saw it coming. Nice throw. I saw it coming. I knew Haskins was going to be the starter. I didn't have a doubt in my mind. Even with Alex Smith coming back, we spent a first-round pick on him as a quarterback. You got to play him. You got to figure out what he has. I said this season, if anything else, this season, you have to figure out what you have in Haskins. You have to know, because if we're going to have as bad a season as everyone proclaims we're going to have, we might be taking Trevor Lawrence in next year's draft, or the first overall next year. So we have to know what we have in Haskins. I proclaimed this from the get-go, so I'm just kind of tooting my own horn here. I said that the reason why they brought in Kyle Allen, because he knew the offense. The coaches didn't have to spend time coaching him. They didn't have to do any of that stuff. Kyle Allen already knew the offense. He knew most of the audibles. He knew all the verbiage. You didn't have to spend your time in training camp teaching someone else the offense. They could focus all their attention on Dwayne Haskins, and that was what I think Ron Rivera perfectly did. That's exactly how he did it. He put all his faith in Haskins, and I think it paid off. Haskins has put a lot of work in this offseason. It's paying off in dividends. I really do believe he's going to actually have a pretty good season. I've already discussed it in a couple other videos of what he's going to do. But like I said, we have to figure out this year what we have in Haskins. At the very least, the Washington football team has to figure out if Haskins is good or bad. The best case scenario is Haskins has a good season. That he has a fantastic season. He goes out there, he crushes it, and throws for, my prediction was 4,200 passing yards, about 4,200 passing yards, about 35 touchdowns, 9 interceptions is the best case scenario. The second best case scenario, with that scenario I just explained, 4,200 passing yards and 35 touchdowns. I think we know what we have. I think we know we have a franchise quarterback, and we can just build the rest of the team rather than focus on the quarterback position. And that's the best case scenario. The second best case scenario, and the way I'm saying this is going to sound very weird, but the second best case scenario is if he sucks. If he goes out and has 2,000 passing yards, maybe 12 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, something like that, and he just has a really bad season. That's the second best case scenario, because at least we know what we have. At least we know that he's not the guy, that we can move forward, trade him, and then move forward with Trevor Lawrence. And I like what Ron did, because Ron, he has a lot of young guys proving themselves. And let's say worst case scenario that Dwayne comes out and he doesn't do well, and we go forward next year and we draft Trevor Lawrence. Well, the rest of the team is now being formed around him already. It's starting right now. That he can just come in and he can just play, and all he has to do is be not a bad quarterback. And then there's the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is we have a game or two where he's okay, he's mediocre, and he's not very good, not very bad, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, or 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, couple yards, does okay. Redskins, he's not really the reason we lose or reason we win. He's just not very good. And then he gets injured, so we really don't know what we have. And we spend the offseason with question marks as to whether he's the guy, whether he's not the guy, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to sit here and say right now, I think he is the guy. I've had YouTube videos on this channel where I said I think he's a bust. After seeing the last 4 games of the season, he had QBR of 102, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, like 800 yards, almost 800 yards passing. Now, granted, in one of those games he did get injured. He twisted his ankle against the Giants, so he didn't get an extra. He only played like a quarter and a half in that game. So, but I think he's going to do well. I think we have the talent around him to do well. So, I will proclaim this year I think he's going to have a breakout year. I think a lot of people are underestimating him severely, but I'm not going to get too much into that. I just want to say that congratulations to Dwayne Haskins. He worked hard, and it's good to see the offseason work like really pay off. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him, and I can't wait to see what he does against the Eagles week 1 and what he does all season long. Now we just have to figure out other things, like who's our starting left tackle, who's going to be all our receivers, who's going to lead us in receptions, who's going to do X, Y, and Z for our team. We know who's going to be calling the plays and handing the ball off and throwing passes. It's Dwayne Haskins. Unless something horrible happens, it's going to be him until he until he does something to where we don't think that he can be the quarterback anymore. So, but that being said, that is my video. Thank you for watching. This is Redskins Rant, and Dwayne Haskins is our starting QB. Hopefully, it's the start of like a dynasty. The Haskins Rivera connection, or whatever you want to call it, coach player combo, and hell to the Redskins. See ya.